Right now, in this very moment, you have a choice. You can wake up tomorrow morning and focus on what's missing in your life, or you can open your eyes and thank God for another day. That choice, that simple decision, will change everything about how you experience life. Every morning when you wake up, before your feet even touch the floor, you have an opportunity. An opportunity to set the tone for your entire day. And the most powerful way to do this is through gratitude. Not just saying thank you, but really feeling it in your heart. Really understanding that you've been given another precious gift. Another day to live, to love, to grow, to make a difference. Think about it for a moment. You woke up this morning. Your heart was beating, your lungs were breathing, your eyes opened to see the world around you. These are not small things. These are miracles happening inside you every single moment. Yet how often do we take them for granted? How often do we rush through our morning routine without stopping to appreciate the incredible gift of being alive? When you thank God every morning, you're not just going through the motions of saying words. You're aligning yourself with the highest frequency in the universe, the frequency of appreciation. You're telling the universe that you recognize the abundance that already exists in your life. And when you do this consistently, when you make it a habit to start every day with gratitude, something magical happens. More good things start flowing into your life. But here's what most people don't understand about gratitude. It's not about pretending everything is perfect. It's not about ignoring the challenges in your life or putting on a fake smile. True gratitude comes from understanding that even in difficult times, there are still things to be thankful for. There's still beauty to be found. There's still love to be given and received. When you wake up in the morning and you're facing financial problems, you can still be grateful for the roof over your head. When you're dealing with health issues, you can still be grateful for the parts of your body that are working well. When relationships are challenging, you can still be grateful for the love you've experienced and the lessons you're learning. This doesn't mean you ignore your problems or pretend they don't exist. It means you choose to focus on what's right instead of what's wrong. Every moment of your life is something to be grateful for because every moment is teaching you something. Every experience, whether pleasant or difficult, is helping you grow into the person you're meant to become. When you understand this, when you really get it, you stop being a victim of your circumstances and start being grateful for the opportunity to learn and evolve. The sun rises every morning without you having to do anything about it. The flowers bloom without your help. Your heart beats without you having to remind it. The seasons change in perfect order. The entire universe is working in harmony and you're part of this incredible dance of life. How can you not be grateful when you really think about it? But gratitude isn't just a morning practice. It's a way of living. Throughout your day, there are countless opportunities to feel thankful. When you drink a glass of clean water, be grateful. When you eat a meal, be grateful. When you hug someone you love, be grateful. When you breathe fresh air, be grateful. These simple acts, when done with awareness and appreciation, transform ordinary moments into extraordinary ones. Many people think they need to wait for something big to happen before they can be grateful. They think they need to get the perfect job, find the perfect partner, have the perfect house, or reach some goal before they can truly appreciate their life. But this is backwards thinking. Gratitude isn't something you feel after you get what you want. When you're grateful for what you have right now, you send a message to the universe that you're ready for more good things. When you appreciate the small things, you create space in your life for bigger blessings. When you thank God for your current circumstances, you open the door for better circumstances to come into your life. This isn't just positive thinking or wishful thinking. This is a spiritual law. Like attracts like. What you focus on expands. When you focus on gratitude, you attract more things to be grateful for. When you focus on lack and what's missing, you attract more lack and emptiness. It's really that simple. Every morning when you thank God, you're also acknowledging that you're not in control of everything. You're recognizing that there's a higher power working in your life, orchestrating events in ways you might not understand but can learn to trust. This surrender, this letting go of the need to control everything, brings incredible peace and allows miracles to happen. Think about your childhood for a moment. Remember the wonder you felt at simple things? The excitement of seeing a butterfly, the joy of playing in the rain, the amazement at watching clouds change shapes. You were naturally grateful then because everything was new and exciting. That same capacity for wonder and gratitude still exists within you. It's just been covered up by years of conditioning that taught you to focus on problems instead of blessings. But you can return to that state of natural gratitude. You can train yourself to see the world through the eyes of appreciation again. It starts with your morning practice of thanking God, but it continues throughout your day as you consciously choose to notice and appreciate the good things around. When you're stuck in traffic, instead of getting frustrated, be grateful you have a car to drive. When your phone rings and interrupts you, be grateful you have people who want to talk to you. When it rains on your day off, be grateful for the water that nourishes the earth. When you have to work late, be grateful you have a job that provides for your needs. This shift in perspective changes everything. Your problems don't disappear when you practice gratitude, but your relationship to your problems changes completely. Instead of being overwhelmed by challenges, you start seeing them as opportunities for growth. Instead of feeling like a victim of circumstances, you feel empowered to learn from every situation. Instead of focusing on what's going wrong, you notice what's going right. And here's something beautiful that happens when you make gratitude a daily practice. Other people start noticing the change in you. Your energy shifts. Your presence becomes more positive and uplifting. People want to be around you because you make them feel good. You become a source of light in the world simply by appreciating the light that already exists. Gratitude doesn't just benefit you, it blesses everyone around you. When you thank God every morning, you're not just improving your own life. You're sending positive energy out into the world. You're contributing to the overall vibration of love and appreciation on this planet. You're playing your part in making the world a better place. Every breath you take is a gift. Every heartbeat is a miracle. Every day you wake up is another opportunity to experience joy, to give love, to make a difference, to grow as a human being. When you truly understand this, how can you not feel overwhelmed with gratitude? The food you eat came from the earth, nourished by rain and sunshine. The clothes you wear were made by other human beings. The house you live in was built by people you've never met. The roads you drive on were constructed by workers who wanted to help you get where you need to go. You're connected to millions of people who have contributed to your life in ways you might never fully realize. This interconnectedness, this web of love and support, is something to be deeply grateful for. When you practice gratitude consistently, you start to notice that your problems seem smaller and your blessings seem bigger. This isn't because anything has changed externally, it's because your internal focus has shifted. You're looking through the lens of appreciation instead of the lens of complaint. Your mind is incredibly powerful. What you think about most often becomes your reality. If you spend your time thinking about what's wrong with your life will feel wrong. If you spend your time thinking about what's right with your life will feel right. It's not about the circumstances, it's about your response to the circumstances. Every morning when you thank God, you're choosing to focus on what's right. You're choosing to see the gifts instead of the problems. You're choosing to feel blessed instead of burdened. And this choice, made consistently, day after day, creates a life filled with joy and abundance. Sometimes people ask how they can be grateful when they're going through really difficult times, when they're dealing with loss, illness, financial hardship, or relationship problems. And the answer is this: you don't have to be grateful for the difficult things themselves. You can be grateful for your strength to handle them. You can be grateful for the love and support you receive during tough times. You can be grateful for the wisdom and compassion these experiences are teaching you. Every challenge in your life is also an opportunity. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. Every loss teaches you to appreciate what you still have. Every ending creates space for a new beginning. When you can see life this way, when you can find the gift in every experience, you become unstoppable. The universe is always conspiring to help you grow and evolve. Sometimes this happens through pleasant experiences that make you feel good. Sometimes it happens through difficult experiences that stretch you and help you develop new strengths. Both types of experiences are valuable. Both are worthy of gratitude when you understand their purpose in your life. Your gratitude practice doesn't have to be complicated or time-consuming. It can be as simple as saying, "Thank you, God," when you first wake up. It can be taking a moment to appreciate your breakfast before you eat it. It can be feeling thankful for the warm water when you take a shower. It can be appreciating the people in your life as you interact with them throughout the day. The key is consistency. Make gratitude a habit, not just something you do occasionally when you remember or when things are going well. Make it as automatic as brushing your teeth. Let it become so natural that you can't imagine starting a day without thanking God for the gift of life. When you do this, when you make gratitude a non-negotiable part of your daily routine, you'll notice that your entire life begins to shift. Opportunities that you never noticed before start appearing. People become more helpful and kind. Solutions to problems seem to come more easily. Coincidences and synchronicities happen more frequently. This isn't magic, although it might feel magical. It's simply the natural result of aligning yourself with appreciation and positive energy. Your gratitude also affects your physical health. When you feel genuinely thankful, your body releases chemicals that boost your immune system, reduce stress, and promote healing. Grateful people sleep better, have more energy, and experience less anxiety and depression. They're more resilient in the face of challenges and recover more quickly from setbacks. But the benefits of gratitude go beyond physical health. When you thank God every morning, you're feeding your soul. You're nourishing the spiritual part of yourself that knows you're connected to something greater than yourself. You're acknowledging that you're part of a divine plan, even when you can't see the whole picture. This spiritual dimension of gratitude brings profound peace and comfort. It reminds you that you're never alone, that you're always supported, and that everything in your life is unfolding exactly as it should. It helps you trust the process of life even when things don't go according to your plans. Trust is such an important part of gratitude. When you thank God for your life, you're expressing trust that you've been given exactly what you need for your highest good. You're trusting that your experiences, both pleasant and challenging, are all part of your journey toward becoming the fullest expression of who you're meant to be. This trust allows you to let go of worry and anxiety. Instead of trying to control every aspect of your life, you can focus on being grateful for what is and trusting that what's meant to be will be. This doesn't mean you become passive or stop taking action toward your goals. It means you take inspired action while trusting the outcome to a higher power. Every person who comes into your life is there for a reason. Every job you've had has taught you something valuable. Every place you've lived has contributed to your growth. Every experience you've had, whether you labeled it good or bad at the time, has been part of shaping you into who you are today. When you can see your life this way, as a tapestry woven with threads of purpose and meaning, how can you not feel grateful for every thread? Your family, even if they're difficult sometimes, has given you opportunities to learn about love, forgiveness, and patience. Your friends have shown you different ways of being in the world. Your enemies have taught you about your own strength and resilience. Your teachers have shared their knowledge and wisdom with you. Your colleagues have shown you different approaches to work and success. Everyone has been a gift in some way. The seasons change, and each one brings its own beauty and lessons. Spring teaches us about renewal and new beginnings. Summer shows us the fullness of life and growth. Fall demonstrates the beauty of letting go and the wisdom of preparation. Winter reminds us of the importance of rest and reflection. These natural cycles mirror the cycles in our own lives and give us countless reasons to be grateful throughout the year. Even your mistakes and failures are cause for gratitude when you understand their purpose. Every mistake has taught you something valuable. Every failure has redirected you toward a better path. Every rejection has saved you from something that wasn't right for you. Every ending has made space for a better beginning. When you can see your setbacks this way, as gifts in disguise, you transform your relationship with failure completely. Your body is an incredible creation worthy of daily gratitude. Your eyes allow you to see colors, beauty in the faces of people you love. Your ears let you hear music, laughter, and words of encouragement. Your hands can create, touch, and comfort others. Your feet carry you to new places and experiences. Your mind can think, dream, and imagine possibilities. Your heart can feel love, compassion, and joy. Every part of you is a miracle of creation. The simple fact that you exist is mathematically impossible, yet here you are. The odds of you being born with your exact combination of genes, talents, and characteristics are so small that scientists can barely calculate them. Yet you beat those odds. You made it. You're here. You're alive. You're part of this incredible human experience. This alone is enough reason to thank God every morning. Your dreams and aspirations are also gifts to be grateful for. The very fact that you can imagine a better future, set goals, and work toward them is a remarkable human ability. Your desires aren't random. They're clues from your soul about the direction your life is meant to take. When you're grateful for your dreams, you honor the part of yourself that knows you're capable of more than you've yet achieved. Even your current limitations are temporary and serve a purpose. They push you to grow, to find new solutions, to develop qualities like patience and perseverance. They keep you humble and help you appreciate progress when it comes. They teach you to value what you have while working toward what you want. Without limitations, there would be no growth, no achievement, and no sense of accomplishment. The technology available to you today would seem like pure magic to people who lived just 100 years ago. You can communicate instantly with people anywhere in the world. You can access virtually any information you want within seconds. You can travel to distant places in a matter of hours. You can capture and preserve memories with the touch of a button. These conveniences, which we often take for granted, are actually incredible gifts that make life easier and more connected. Your education, whether formal or informal, has given you the ability to read these words, to think critically, to solve problems, and to communicate your ideas. Every book you've read, every conversation you've had, every experience you've learned from has added to your knowledge and wisdom. This accumulation of learning is a treasure that no one can take away from you. The love in your life in all its forms is perhaps the greatest gift of all. The love of family, friends, romantic partners, pets, and even your love for activities, places, and ideas adds richness and meaning to your existence. Love is what makes life worth living, and when you're grateful for the love you've received and given, you open your heart to receive even more. Your ability to make choices and shape your life is another profound gift. You're not a victim of circumstances. You have the power to choose your thoughts, your attitudes, your responses, and your actions. This freedom to choose is what makes you truly human and gives you the ability to create the life you want. Every day you have new choices to make, new opportunities to exercise this incredible power. The beauty that surrounds you every day is a constant source of potential gratitude. Sunrises and sunsets, flowers and trees, mountains and oceans, stars and moon, art and music, literature and poetry. Beauty exists everywhere if you have eyes to see it. When you train yourself to notice and appreciate beauty, you transform ordinary moments into experiences of wonder and joy. Your work, even if it's not your dream job, provides you with income, skills, experiences, and connections. It gives structure to your days and purpose to your efforts. It allows you to contribute something valuable to the world and to support yourself and your loved ones. When you approach your work with gratitude, even mundane tasks can become meaningful. The challenges you face are opportunities in disguise. They force you to grow, to find solutions, to discover strengths you didn't know you had. They make you more empathetic to others who face similar struggles. They teach you valuable lessons about life, resilience, and the human spirit. Without challenges, you would remain static and never realize your full potential. Your past experiences, even the painful ones, have contributed to making you who you are today. They've given you wisdom, compassion, and understanding that you wouldn't have otherwise. They've prepared you for current challenges and future opportunities. They've connected you with others who have faced similar experiences. When you can be grateful for your entire journey, including the difficult parts, you integrate your experiences into wisdom. The simple pleasures of life are abundant and available to you every day. A good meal, a comfortable bed, a hot shower, a cool breeze, a warm hug, a good laugh, a beautiful song, a fascinating book, a meaningful conversation. These small joys, when appreciated, can fill your life with happiness and contentment. You don't need extraordinary experiences to feel blessed. The ordinary is already extraordinary when viewed through grateful eyes. Your uniqueness is something to celebrate and be grateful for. There has never been and will never be another person exactly like you. Your perspective, your talents, your experiences, your way of seeing the world is completely unique. You have something valuable to offer that no one else can offer in quite the same way. This makes you irreplaceable and invaluable. The time you have on this earth, however long or short, is a precious gift. Every day is an opportunity to experience something new, to grow in some way, to make a positive difference, to express love, to create something beautiful, to learn something valuable. When you're grateful for your time, you use it more wisely and appreciate each moment more fully. Your ability to forgive both yourself and others is a powerful gift that brings freedom and peace. When you're grateful for this ability, you use it more often and experience less resentment and anger. Forgiveness doesn't excuse harmful behavior, but it frees you from carrying the burden of past hurts. It allows you to move forward with a lighter heart and a clearer mind. The support systems in your life, even if they're small, are invaluable. Whether it's family, friends, mentors, counselors, or even strangers who show kindness, these connections remind you that you're not alone in your journey. When you're grateful for the support you receive, you naturally become more supportive of others, creating a positive cycle of giving and receiving. Your intuition and inner wisdom are gifts that guide you toward what's right for your life. When you're grateful for this inner guidance and learn to trust it, you make better decisions and live more authentically. This inner knowing is always available to you, whispering advice and direction when you're quiet enough to listen. The healing power of your body and mind is remarkable. Cuts heal, bones mend, hearts recover from heartbreak, minds bounce back from trauma. This natural ability to heal and regenerate is a miracle that happens automatically without your conscious effort. When you're grateful for this healing power, you support it with positive thoughts and healthy choices. Your capacity for joy, wonder, and enthusiasm is unlimited, no matter what you've been through. These positive emotions are always available to you. They're not dependent on external circumstances, but come from your decision to focus on what's good and beautiful in life. When you're grateful for your ability to feel joy, you experience it more often and more fully. The lessons that life teaches you, sometimes gently and sometimes harshly, are all designed to help you grow into your highest potential. Every experience contains a lesson. Every person you meet has something to teach you. Every challenge reveals something about your character and capabilities. When you're grateful for these lessons, you learn them more quickly and with less resistance. Your ability to adapt and change is a tremendous gift that allows you to navigate life's constant changes. Humans are incredibly resilient and adaptable. You've already survived every challenge you've faced so far, and you have the capacity to handle whatever comes next. This adaptability has allowed you to grow and evolve throughout your life. The mysteries of life that you don't understand are also gifts. They keep life interesting and leave room for wonder, discovery, and surprise. If you understood everything, there would be no mystery, no curiosity, no sense of awe. The unknown aspects of life invite you to stay humble, curious, and open to new possibilities. Your connection to all of life, to other people, to nature, to the universe itself, is profound and real even when you can't see or feel it directly. You're not separate from the world around you, but intimately connected to all of it. This connection means that your gratitude, your love, your positive energy contributes to the well-being of everything and everyone around you. When you thank God every morning, you acknowledge all of these gifts and countless others. You recognize that every moment of your life truly is something to be grateful for. You align yourself with the highest vibration in the universe, which is love and appreciation. You set yourself up for a day filled with blessings, opportunities, and joy. This practice of morning gratitude doesn't just change your days, it changes your entire life. It transforms you from someone who focuses on what's lacking to someone who recognizes abundance. It shifts you from feeling like a victim to feeling blessed. It moves you from complaining to appreciating. It takes you from anxiety to peace, from fear to love, from scarcity to abundance. So tomorrow morning, before you check your phone, before you start thinking about your problems, before you get caught up in the busyness of the day, take a moment to thank God. Thank God for your life, for your breath, for your heart beating, for your mind thinking, for the people you love, for the opportunities ahead of you, for the lessons you're learning, for the growth you're experiencing. Make this your daily practice, your morning ritual, your way of starting each day, aligned with appreciation and love. Let gratitude become as natural to you as breathing. Let it transform not just your mornings, but your entire way of being in the world. Remember, every moment of your life is something to be grateful for. Every breath is a gift. Every heartbeat is a blessing. Every day is an opportunity to experience the miracle of being alive. When you live from this place of gratitude, when you thank God every morning, you don't just have a better life. You become a better person. You become a source of light and love in the world. You become living proof that gratitude is the key to happiness, peace, and fulfillment. This is your invitation to begin again, to see your life through new eyes, to appreciate what you already have while remaining open to even greater blessings. This is your reminder that you are blessed beyond measure, that your life is a gift, and that every morning is a new opportunity to say thank you for the incredible privilege of being you, being alive, being part of this magnificent human experience. Thank God every morning and watch as your entire world transforms from the inside out. Watch as miracles become commonplace, as joy becomes your natural state, as love becomes your dominant experience. This is not just wishful thinking. This is the natural result of aligning yourself with gratitude, appreciation, and the highest truths of existence. Your life is calling you to this higher way of living. Your soul knows that gratitude is the path to everything you've ever wanted. Your heart recognizes that appreciation is the key to unlimited happiness. Your spirit understands that thanksgiving is the doorway to experiencing heaven on earth. So wake up tomorrow morning with this knowing, with this understanding, with this commitment to gratitude. Let it be the first thought in your mind and the first feeling in your heart. Let it set the tone for everything that follows. Let it transform not just your day, but your entire life into an endless expression of thanksgiving and joy. This is your time. This is your opportunity. This is your invitation to live the grateful life you were meant to live. Every moment is waiting for your appreciation. Every day is calling for your gratitude. Every morning is offering you the chance to begin again with thanksgiving in your heart and praise on your lips. Thank God every morning, and let gratitude be your guide to a life beyond your wildest dreams. The power of gratitude extends into every relationship you have. When you approach people with appreciation rather than criticism, you create bonds that are deeper and more meaningful. Instead of focusing on what others aren't doing for you, you notice what they are doing. Instead of taking people for granted, you acknowledge their contributions to your life. This shift in perspective doesn't just make others feel valued, it enriches your own experience of human connection. Consider how gratitude changes your relationship with money and material possessions. When you're grateful for what you have, you stop constantly wanting more. You find contentment in simplicity. You realize that happiness doesn't come from accumulating things, but from appreciating what's already in your possession. This doesn't mean you stop having goals or desires, but you pursue them from a place of abundance rather than lack. Your creativity flourishes when you approach it with gratitude, when you're thankful for your creative abilities, whether they're expressed through art, music, writing, cooking, gardening, or problem solving at work. You tap into a flow of inspiration that seems limitless. Grateful artists, writers, and creators often speak of feeling like channels for something greater than themselves. They understand that their talents are gifts to be shared, not possessions to be hoarded. The practice of gratitude also transforms how you handle waiting periods in your life. Instead of being frustrated when things don't happen on your timeline, you can be grateful for the preparation time. You can appreciate the lessons you're learning while you wait. You can use these periods to develop patience, trust, and inner strength. Every delay becomes an opportunity for growth rather than a source of anxiety. Your relationship with aging changes dramatically when you practice gratitude. Instead of mourning the passing of time, you celebrate the wisdom you've gained. Instead of focusing on what your body can no longer do, you appreciate what it still does for you every day. Each year becomes a collection of experiences to be grateful for rather than a loss to be mourned. You begin to see aging as a privilege denied to many rather than a burden to be endured. Gratitude helps you handle criticism and rejection with grace. When someone criticizes you, instead of becoming defensive, you can be grateful for their perspective, even if you don't agree with it. When you're rejected for a job, a relationship, or an opportunity, you can be thankful that you're being redirected towards something better suited for you. This doesn't mean you become passive or stop advocating for yourself, but you maintain your inner peace regardless of external responses. The practice of morning gratitude creates a ripple effect that touches everyone you encounter throughout the day. Your grateful energy is contagious. People sense it and respond to it, often without knowing why. You become someone others want to be around because you make them feel good about themselves and about life. Your gratitude becomes a gift you give to everyone you meet. When you're grateful for your struggles, you transform suffering into wisdom. Every difficult period in your life has taught you something valuable about resilience, compassion, or strength. These lessons become part of your character and prepare you for future challenges. You realize that your struggles haven't weakened you. They've made you more capable of helping others who face similar difficulties. Your ability to bounce back from setbacks improves dramatically when you practice gratitude. Instead of staying stuck in disappointment or self-pity, you quickly look for the lessons and opportunities hidden in every setback. You trust that everything happens for a reason, even when that reason isn't immediately apparent. This resilience becomes one of your greatest assets in creating the life you want. Gratitude changes your relationship with success as well. When you achieve something you've been working toward, instead of immediately setting your sights on the next goal, you take time to fully appreciate what you've accomplished. You acknowledge the people who helped you along the way. You recognize the growth that occurred during the journey. This practice of celebrating success deepens your satisfaction and motivates you to continue growing. The practice of thanking God every morning also connects you to generations of grateful people who have found peace and joy through appreciation. You join a timeless tradition of human beings who have discovered that gratitude is the secret to a fulfilling life. This connection to others who have walked the path of gratitude gives you strength and inspiration for your own journey. Your problem-solving abilities improve when you approach challenges with gratitude. Instead of being overwhelmed by problems, you become grateful for your ability to find solutions. You appreciate your creativity, your intelligence, your persistence, and your resourcefulness. This positive approach to problems helps you think more clearly and find answers more quickly. Gratitude transforms your relationship with solitude. Instead of being lonely when you're alone, you become grateful for the opportunity to spend time with yourself. You appreciate the peace and quiet. You enjoy your own thoughts and company. Solitude becomes a gift rather than something to be avoided. And this comfort with yourself enhances all your relationships with others. Your physical environment becomes more beautiful when you practice gratitude. You notice and appreciate the colors, textures, sounds, and smells around you. Your home becomes a sanctuary because you're grateful for the shelter it provides. Your workplace becomes more pleasant because you appreciate the opportunity it represents. Even ordinary places become special when viewed through grateful eyes. The practice of morning gratitude helps you stay present instead of constantly worrying about the future or rehashing the past. When you're genuinely thankful for this moment, you're fully here now. You're not missing your life while thinking about other times and places. This presence enhances every experience and helps you squeeze the maximum joy and meaning from each day. Your learning accelerates when you approach new information and experiences with gratitude. When you're thankful for the opportunity to learn, you absorb information more readily. When you appreciate your teachers, whether they're formal instructors or life experiences, you remain open and receptive. This grateful approach to learning keeps you growing throughout your entire life. Gratitude helps you maintain perspective during both good times and challenging times. When everything is going well, you don't take it for granted because you remember to be thankful. When things are difficult, you don't lose hope because you remember all the good things that still exist in your life. This balanced perspective keeps you steady regardless of external circumstances. Your service to others becomes more meaningful when it comes from gratitude. When you help people because you're grateful for your ability to make a difference, your service has a different quality. It's not about obligation or duty, but about expressing your appreciation for the gifts you've been given. This approach to service brings joy to both you and those you help. The practice of thanking God every morning reminds you that you're part of something much larger than yourself. You're not just an isolated individual struggling through life alone. You're connected to the source of all life, supported by invisible forces, and surrounded by love, even when you can't feel it directly. This connection brings comfort during difficult times and humility during good times. Your gratitude becomes a form of prayer that doesn't require specific words or rituals. When you feel genuinely thankful, you're communicating with the divine in the purest possible way. You're acknowledging the sacred nature of existence and your place within it. This form of prayer is available to you at any moment, in any place, under any circumstances. As you continue this practice of morning gratitude, you'll notice that your entire nervous system begins to relax. The chronic tension that comes from constantly worrying, complaining, and focusing on problems starts to dissolve. Your body learns to live in a state of appreciation rather than stress. And this affects everything from your sleep quality to your digestion to your immune system function. Your intuition becomes stronger when you practice gratitude because you're more aligned with positive energy. When you're grateful, you're more likely to receive and recognize guidance from your higher self. You become more sensitive to the subtle signs and synchronicities that are always available to guide you toward your highest good. The legacy you leave in the world is also transformed by gratitude. People remember those who appreciated them, who saw the good in them, who made them feel valued. Your grateful presence in the lives of others becomes a gift that they carry forward and share with others. In this way, your gratitude multiplies and continues to bless the world long after you're gone. Every morning when you thank God, you're participating in the fundamental rhythm of the universe, which is the constant exchange of giving and receiving, appreciation and blessing. You align yourself with this rhythm and allow it to flow through your life more freely. This alignment brings a sense of harmony and rightness that permeates everything you do. Remember that gratitude is not a destination but a journey. There's always more to appreciate, always deeper levels of thankfulness to experience. Each day offers new opportunities to practice gratitude and to discover blessings you've never noticed before. This endless journey of appreciation ensures that life remains fresh, meaningful, and full of wonder no matter how long you live. So begin tomorrow with this sacred practice of morning gratitude, knowing that you're not just improving your own life, but contributing to the healing and happiness of the entire world. Your thankfulness matters more than you know, and every moment you spend in appreciation is a moment well spent, a gift to yourself and to all of life. You are sitting there right now, worried about when things will get better. You are thinking about all the people you wish were in your life. You are wondering when the money will come, when the opportunities will show up, when life will finally start working for you instead of against you. I want you to stop that thinking right now. Stop it, because it is working against everything you truly want. The universe is not your enemy. Life is not trying to keep good things away from you. Every single thing you have ever desired is already on its way to you. The right people, the right opportunities, the right circumstances, the luxuries you dream about, they are all moving toward you at this very moment. But here is what happens when you worry and stress and push and force. You create resistance. You block the very flow that is trying to bring you everything you want. Think about a river flowing downstream. When the water meets a rock, it does not fight the rock. It does not stress about the rock. It simply flows around it and continues on its path. The water trusts that it will reach the ocean. It knows that downstream is the only direction that matters. You need to become like that water. You need to trust the flow. Right now, as you listen to these words, there are people getting ready to meet you who will change your life forever. There are opportunities being prepared that have your name written all over them. There are experiences being arranged that will bring you more joy than you can currently understand. But all of this requires one thing from you. You must relax into it. You must allow it. You must stop pushing so hard against life and start flowing with it. When you wake up in the morning and immediately start thinking about everything you do not have, you are sending out a signal that says, I am lacking. When you spend your day worried about money, you are telling the universe, I do not trust that I will be provided for. When you feel lonely and desperate for connection, you are broadcasting, I am incomplete without someone else. These signals create more of exactly what you do not want. But when you wake up and feel grateful for what is already in your life, when you trust that your needs will be met, when you feel complete and whole on your own, you send out entirely different signals. You tell the universe, I am ready to receive. You say, I trust the process. You declare, I am whole and complete, and I welcome more goodness into my life. This is not about positive thinking for the sake of positive thinking. This is about understanding how energy works. Everything is energy. Your thoughts are energy. Your emotions are energy. The people around you are energy. Money is energy. Love is energy. When you align your energy with what you want instead of what you fear, you become a magnet for everything good. Let me tell you something that might surprise you. The people you are meant to be with, the ones who will truly understand you and support you and love you for who you really are, they are not the people you have to chase. They are not the people you have to convince or persuade or change yourself for. The right people will be drawn to you naturally when you are being your authentic self. They will show up in ways that feel easy and natural and right. You have been taught to believe that you have to work hard for everything, that you have to struggle and fight and compete for every good thing in life. This is not true. Yes, you must take action. Yes, you must do your part. But the kind of action I am talking about is inspired action. It is action that feels good. It is action that comes from a place of excitement and joy rather than fear and desperation. When you are in alignment with who you really are, when you are living from your authentic self, the right action becomes obvious. You will know what to do and when to do it. You will meet the right person at exactly the right time. You will hear about the perfect opportunity just when you need it. You will find yourself in the right place at the right moment again and again. This is not luck. This is not coincidence. This is the way life works when you stop fighting it and start cooperating with it. I want you to think about the best things that have ever happened to you. Think about the people who have had the most positive impact on your life. Think about the opportunities that have brought you the most joy and fulfillment. How many of those came to you when you were stressed and worried and trying to force things to happen? How many came to you when you were relaxed and open and trusting? I am willing to bet that most of the best things in your life came to you in moments when you were not desperately seeking them. This is because desperation repels what we want. When we are desperate for love, we attract people who are not capable of truly loving us. When we are desperate for money, we make poor financial decisions that keep us struggling. When we are desperate for success, we often compromise our values and end up feeling empty even when we achieve our goals. But when we are in a state of relaxed confidence, when we know that we are worthy of good things and we trust that they will come, we attract very different experiences. We attract people who are also confident and secure. We attract opportunities that align with our values. We attract abundance that feels natural and sustainable. The luxury you desire is not just about material things. True luxury is having the freedom to be yourself. True luxury is feeling peaceful and content regardless of what is happening around you. True luxury is knowing that you are loved and supported by the universe itself. True luxury is understanding that you have everything you need within you to create the life you want. But so many people are looking for luxury in all the wrong places. They think luxury means having expensive things or living in fancy places or being seen with important people. Real luxury is much simpler than that. Real luxury is feeling good about yourself. Real luxury is having time to do what you love. Real luxury is being surrounded by people who appreciate you for who you are. Real luxury is knowing that you are exactly where you need to be in this moment. When you understand this, when you really get it, everything changes. You stop chasing and start attracting. You stop forcing and start allowing. You stop worrying about when things will happen and start enjoying what is happening right now. Here is what I know about the right people. They will find you when you are being your true self. Not the self you think others want you to be, not the self you present when you are trying to impress someone, your true self. The self that laughs at things others might not understand, the self that gets excited about things others might think are impossible. When you are living as your authentic self, you send out a signal that can only be picked up by people who are meant to be in your life. You become visible to those who will truly see you and appreciate you and support you. This is how you find your tribe. This is how you find your people. Not by pretending to be someone you are not, but by having the courage to be exactly who you are. And here's what I know about opportunities and abundance. They flow to those who are in alignment with their purpose. When you are doing what you love, when you are using your natural gifts, when you are contributing to the world in a way that feels meaningful to you, the universe responds. Resources appear, doors open, people show up to help you, money flows more easily. This is not magic, though it might feel like magic. This is the natural result of being in harmony with life. You might be thinking, but I do not know what my purpose is. I do not know what I am supposed to be doing. That is okay. You do not need to know everything all at once. You just need to pay attention to what feels good to you. What activities make you lose track of time? What subjects could you talk about for hours? What problems do you naturally want to solve? What kind of people do you feel most comfortable around? The answers to these questions will point you toward your purpose. Your purpose is not necessarily your job, though it might be. Your purpose is the way you naturally contribute to the world. It is the unique combination of talents and interests and perspectives that only you have. When you start honoring this, when you start living from this place, everything else begins to fall into place. But here's the key. You must trust the timing. You must trust that everything is happening exactly when it is supposed to happen. The delays you have experienced are not punishments. They are preparation. The waiting periods are not wasted time. They are necessary for you to become ready for what is coming. Think about it this way. If you had received everything you wanted 5 years ago, would you have been ready for it? Would you have had the wisdom to handle it well? Would you have been able to appreciate it fully? Probably not. The experiences you have had, both good and challenging, have prepared you for what is coming next. They have given you the strength and wisdom and compassion you will need. Right now, while you are reading these words, the universe is arranging things on your behalf. Someone somewhere is thinking about you in connection with an opportunity you would love. Someone is preparing to enter your life who will become a dear friend, or maybe even more than a friend. Something is being set up that will solve a problem you have been worried about. Money is moving in your direction through channels you cannot yet see. This is not wishful thinking. This is how life works. When you understand the principles of attraction and alignment, when you are clear about what you want, when you believe you deserve it, when you are grateful for what you already have, and when you take inspired action toward your goals, you become irresistible to the very things you desire. But you must be patient. You must trust the process. You must remember that the universe operates on perfect timing, not your timing. Just because something has not happened yet does not mean it is not going to happen. Just because you cannot see the path clearly does not mean there is no path. Just because it feels like nothing is moving does not mean everything is not being arranged perfectly behind the scenes. The people who achieve the most satisfaction in life are not necessarily the ones who get everything they want immediately. They are the ones who learn to enjoy the process. They are the ones who find ways to be happy while they are waiting for their dreams to manifest. They are the ones who trust that everything is working out for their highest good, even when they cannot see how. This requires a shift in perspective. Instead of thinking, when will I get what I want, start thinking, what can I enjoy about where I am right now? Instead of asking, why has not this happened yet, start asking, what is this experience teaching me? Instead of worrying, what if it never happens, start believing it is all working out perfectly. When you make this shift, when you start looking for reasons to feel good instead of reasons to worry, you change your energy. And when you change your energy, you change what you attract. You start attracting people who feel good. You start attracting opportunities that feel good. You start attracting experiences that feel good. This does not mean you will never face challenges. This does not mean everything will always go exactly as you plan. But it does mean that you will handle challenges from a place of strength rather than fear. It means you will see setbacks as setups for comebacks. It means you will trust that even the difficult experiences are serving your highest good in some way. The right people are not just coming to you for your benefit. You are also the right person for someone else. There is someone out there who needs exactly what you have to offer. There is someone who will be inspired by your story. There is someone who will be helped by your unique gifts and talents. When you focus on being the best version of yourself, when you work on healing your own wounds and developing your own gifts, you prepare yourself to be of service to others. Now, this is one of the most beautiful aspects of personal growth. As you become more of who you really are, you naturally become more valuable to others, not because you are trying to impress anyone, but because authenticity is attractive. Genuine confidence is magnetic. When you are comfortable in your own skin, others feel comfortable around you. When you are at peace with yourself, you bring peace into every situation you enter. The luxuries that are coming to you are not just material comforts, though those may come too. The real luxuries are things like freedom from worry, confidence in yourself, meaningful relationships, work that fulfills you, and a sense of purpose that gets you excited to wake up each morning. These are the luxuries that money cannot buy, and yet they often lead to material abundance as well. When you have inner peace, you make better decisions. When you feel confident, you take advantage of opportunities that fearful people miss. When you have meaningful relationships, you have a support system that helps you through difficult times and celebrates with you during good times. When you do work that fulfills you, you naturally become better at it, which leads to greater success and recognition. When you have a sense of purpose, you have the energy and motivation to persist through challenges that stop other people. All of this is available to you right now, not someday in the future, but right now. You can choose to feel peaceful right now. You can choose to be confident right now. You can choose to be grateful for the relationships you already have right now. You can choose to find meaning in whatever work you are currently doing right now. When you make these choices consistently, day after day, you create momentum. Things begin to shift. Opportunities begin to appear. People begin to notice you differently. You begin to feel differently about yourself and your life. This is not about pretending everything is perfect when it is not. This is about choosing to focus on what is working instead of what is not working. Every single day you have countless opportunities to practice this. When you wake up, you can choose to think about what you are grateful for instead of what you are worried about. When someone asks how you are doing, you can choose to focus on the positive aspects of your life instead of complaining about your problems. When you face a challenge, you can choose to ask, how can this serve me? Instead of, why is this happening to me? These might seem like small choices, but they have enormous impact over time. They change your energy. They change how others perceive you. They change what you attract into your life. They change who you become. The right people can sense this energy. They are drawn to people who feel good to be around. They want to spend time with people who lift them up rather than drain them. They want to do business with people who are positive and solution-focused. They want to be in relationships with people who are growing and evolving and becoming better versions of themselves. This is why personal development is so important. Not because there is something wrong with you that needs to be fixed, but because there is something wonderful within you that wants to be expressed. When you commit to becoming the best version of yourself, you become attractive to the best opportunities and the best people. But you must be patient with this process. You must understand that growth takes time. You must be willing to do the work even when you cannot see immediate results. You must trust that every step you take toward becoming more authentic, more loving, more confident, more peaceful is bringing you closer to the life you want. Sometimes the right people and opportunities come in disguises. Sometimes they do not look like what you expected. Sometimes they come through channels you never would have predicted. This is why it is so important to stay open. This is why it is so important not to be too attached to exactly how things should happen. When you have a rigid idea of how your good should come to you, You might miss it when it arrives in a different package. The person who becomes your best friend might initially seem like someone you have nothing in common with. The opportunity that changes your life might come from a source you never would have considered. The luxury you end up enjoying the most might be something you never even knew you wanted. Life has a way of surprising us with gifts that are even better than what we originally asked for. This is why surrender is so important. Surrender does not mean giving up. Surrender means letting go of the need to control every detail of how your good comes to you. It means trusting that there is a wisdom greater than your own that is working on your behalf. It means being open to receiving your good in whatever form it takes. When you truly understand this, when you really get that the universe is friendly and supportive and wants you to succeed, everything becomes easier. You stop pushing so hard. You stop worrying so much. You start enjoying the process of becoming who you are meant to be. You start appreciating where you are while you are moving toward where you want to be. This does not mean you become passive. This does not mean you stop taking action. But your action comes from a different place. Instead of desperate action driven by fear and lack, you take inspired action driven by excitement and possibility. Instead of forcing doors to open, you gently try the handle and find that many doors are already unlocked. The people and luxuries that are meant for you will recognize you when you are being your authentic self. They will be attracted to your energy. They will want to be part of your life. You will not have to convince them or persuade them or change yourself to accommodate them. They will fit naturally into your life like puzzle pieces that have been waiting to find their place. But you must first become clear about what you really want. Not what you think you should want, not what others expect you to want, what you actually want. What would make you feel truly fulfilled and happy? What kind of people do you want to spend time with? What kind of experiences do you want to have? What kind of impact do you want to make? When you get clear about this, when you can feel it in your body rather than just think about it in your head, you begin to attract it automatically. Your energy changes. Your decisions change. Your actions change. You begin to move in the direction of what you want, and what you want begins to move in your direction. This is not about being selfish. When you are truly happy and fulfilled, you have more to give to others. When you are living your authentic life, you inspire others to do the same. When you are receiving the love and abundance you deserve, you naturally want to help others receive theirs as well. The world needs you to be who you really are. The world needs your unique gifts and talents and perspective. The world needs the contribution that only you can make. When you hold back, when you play small, when you deny your own desires and dreams, you deprive the world of what you have to offer. So relax. Trust the process. Know that everything you need is already on its way to you. The right people are coming, the right opportunities are being prepared, the luxuries you deserve are moving toward you. Your job is simply to be ready to receive them by being the most authentic, loving, confident version of yourself that you can be. Stop looking at your calendar and wondering when things will change. Stop checking your bank account and worrying about money. Stop scrolling through social media and comparing your life to others. Instead, focus on what you can control right now. Focus on how you can be a little more yourself today than you were yesterday. Focus on how you can be a little more loving today than you were yesterday. When you do this consistently, when you make this your primary focus, everything else takes care of itself. The right people show up at exactly the right time. The money comes through unexpected channels. The opportunities appear out of nowhere. The luxuries arrive in ways that feel like gifts from the universe. This is not magic, though it might feel magical. This is simply how life works when you align with its natural flow instead of fighting against it. This is what happens when you trust instead of worry, when you allow instead of force, when you appreciate instead of complain. Your good is coming. It is already on its way. All you need to do is relax and let it arrive. The most successful people I have observed throughout my life share one common trait. They understand the power of inner stillness. They have learned to quiet the constant chatter in their minds that tells them they are not doing enough, not moving fast enough, not achieving enough. They have discovered that in the silence between thoughts, in the space between breaths, lies infinite potential. This is where all creation begins. This is where miracles are born. You see, most people live their entire lives in a state of mental noise. Their minds are constantly racing from one worry to another, from one problem to the next. They wake up thinking about their to-do list and fall asleep replaying their mistakes. This mental chaos creates a barrier between them and the very things they desire most. It is like trying to hear a whisper in a room full of shouting people. The message cannot get through. But when you learn to quiet your mind, when you learn to find that peaceful center within yourself, something remarkable happens. You begin to hear the subtle guidance that has been trying to reach you all along. You start to notice opportunities that were always there, but were hidden by the noise of your worried thoughts. You become aware of synchronicities and coincidences that point you in the right direction. This inner stillness is not something you have to create. It is already there, waiting for you to remember it. Underneath all the mental chatter, beneath all the emotions and reactions and judgments, there is a part of you that is always calm, always peaceful, always connected to the source of all good things. Your job is not to create this peace. Your job is to remove the obstacles that prevent you from experiencing it. The biggest obstacle is usually your belief that you have to figure everything out with your mind. You think you have to analyze every situation, predict every outcome, plan for every possibility. This kind of thinking keeps you trapped in a cycle of worry and stress. It prevents you from accessing the intuitive wisdom that knows exactly what you need to do and when you need to do it. True wisdom comes not from thinking harder, but from thinking less. It comes from learning to trust the intelligence that beats your heart and grows your hair and heals your cuts without any conscious effort from you. This same intelligence knows how to bring the right people into your life. It knows how to create the perfect circumstances for your dreams to manifest. It knows how to provide for all your needs in ways that your limited human mind could never devise. When you start living from this place of trust, everything becomes effortless. You stop trying to make things happen and start allowing them to happen. You stop pushing doors and start walking through the ones that open naturally. You stop chasing people and start attracting them. You stop forcing outcomes and start surrendering to outcomes that are far better than anything you could have planned. This surrender is not passive resignation. It is active faith. It is the recognition that there is a power greater than your personal will that is working on your behalf. This power has resources you do not have access to. It can see possibilities you cannot see. It can arrange circumstances in ways that would be impossible for you to orchestrate on your own. Think about the timing of the most important events in your life. Think about how you met the people who have had the greatest impact on you. Think about how you found yourself in situations that changed everything. Were these the result of your careful planning, or did they seem to happen almost by themselves? Most likely, they occurred through a series of seeming coincidences that brought you to exactly the right place at exactly the right time. This is how life works when you are in alignment with your true nature. This is how opportunities present themselves when you are not desperately seeking them. This is how abundance flows when you are not grasping for it. The universe operates on principles of harmony and balance, and when you align yourself with these principles, you become part of the flow rather than swimming against it. Many people miss their good because they are looking for it in the wrong places or expecting it to come in the wrong form. They have such specific ideas about how their life should unfold that they cannot recognize the gifts that are actually being offered to them. They want love, but they reject it when it comes from an unexpected source. They want success, but they turn down opportunities that do not match their preconceived notions of what success should look like. Flexibility is essential. Openness is crucial. You must be willing to receive your good in whatever package it arrives in. Sometimes the person who becomes your closest companion will initially seem like just an acquaintance. Sometimes the job that transforms your career will seem like just a temporary position. Sometimes the opportunity that changes everything will disguise itself as a minor inconvenience. Life has a sense of humor. It often delivers our greatest blessings in wrapping paper we would never choose. This is why judgment is so dangerous. When you judge something as bad or wrong or not what you wanted, you might be rejecting the very thing you have been asking for. When you remain open and curious instead of closed and judgmental, you give life permission to surprise you in wonderful ways. The people who are meant to be in your life will reveal themselves gradually. They will show up when you need them most, often in the most unexpected ways. Some will stay for a season, some for a reason, and some for a lifetime. Each will bring you exactly what you need at exactly the right time. Your job is not to force these connections, but to be open to them when they appear. The same is true for abundance and luxury. They may come through traditional channels like career advancement and investment returns, but they may also come through gifts, inheritances, partnerships, or opportunities you never could have imagined. The universe has infinite ways to provide for you, but you must be open to receiving from all possible sources. Sometimes abundance comes in the form of needs being met rather than wants being fulfilled. You might worry about a big expense, only to find that someone offers you exactly what you need for free. You might stress about how you will afford something, only to discover a discount or a payment plan or help from an unexpected source. The universe is constantly conspiring to support you, but you must be awake enough to notice and grateful enough to receive. Gratitude is one of the most powerful forces in the universe. When you are truly grateful for what you already have, you send out a signal that says, I recognize and appreciate good things when they come to me. This makes you a magnet for more good things. But when you focus on what is missing, when you complain about what you do not have, you send out a signal that says, I am not satisfied with what life gives me. This repels the very things you want most. The practice of gratitude must be genuine, not forced. You cannot fake gratitude and expect it to work. But when you look for things to appreciate, when you focus on what is working in your life instead of what is not working, genuine gratitude arises naturally. And with that gratitude comes a sense of abundance that attracts even more reasons to be grateful. This is how you build momentum in the direction of your dreams. You start by appreciating what you already have. You acknowledge the progress you have already made. You recognize the support you have already received. You celebrate the victories you have already won, even the small ones. This creates a positive energy that draws more positive experiences to you. Most people do the opposite. They minimize their achievements. They focus on how far they still have to go instead of how far they have already come. They take their blessings for granted and magnify their problems. This creates a negative energy that attracts more problems and delays the arrival of their good. You have the power to change this pattern right now. You can choose to focus on what is good in your life. You can choose to appreciate the people who love and support you. You can choose to acknowledge your own strengths and talents. You can choose to be grateful for your health, your abilities, your opportunities, your experiences, both good and challenging. When you do this consistently, when you make appreciation your dominant mental habit, you will be amazed at how quickly your external circumstances begin to shift. You will start noticing good things you overlooked before. You will start attracting people who appreciate you. You will start finding opportunities in places you never looked before. This shift happens because you are changing your energy. And energy is everything. Everything in the universe is made of energy vibrating at different frequencies. When you vibrate at the frequency of gratitude, appreciation, and love, you attract experiences that match that frequency. When you vibrate at the frequency of worry, complaint, and fear, you attract experiences that match that frequency instead. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are a creator of your circumstances through the energy you consistently emit. This is both humbling and empowering. It means you have more control over your life than you might have realized. But it also means you must take responsibility for the energy you are putting out into the world. The good news is that you can change your energy at any moment. You can shift from worry to trust, from lack to abundance, from fear to love, from resistance to allowing. It starts with a simple choice to focus on something that feels better. It starts with asking yourself, what can I appreciate right now, instead of what is wrong with my life? This is not about denying problems or pretending everything is perfect. This is about recognizing that you always have a choice about where to place your attention. You can focus on problems, or you can focus on solutions. You can focus on what is missing, or you can focus on what is present. You can focus on what might go wrong, or you can focus on what might go right. Where you place your attention determines your experience of life. It determines what you attract. It determines how you feel. It determines what actions you take. And your actions, taken consistently over time, determine your destiny. The right people and luxuries are not just coming to you randomly. They are being attracted by the person you are becoming. They are responding to the energy you are emitting. They are drawn to the love you are expressing, the confidence you are developing, the peace you are cultivating, the joy you are experiencing. This is why personal growth is so important. Not because there is something wrong with you that needs to be fixed, but because there is something magnificent within you that wants to be expressed. As you become more of who you really are, you naturally attract the people and experiences that are aligned with your authentic self. The process of becoming who you really are is the greatest adventure you will ever undertake. It requires courage to be different from what others expect. It requires faith to follow your inner guidance even when it does not make logical sense. It requires patience to allow your dreams to unfold in their own perfect timing. But the rewards are beyond anything you can currently comprehend. When you are living as your authentic self, life becomes magical. Doors open that you did not even know existed. People appear who understand you completely. Opportunities arise that seem designed specifically for you. Money flows more easily because you are doing what you love. Love flows more freely because you are being who you really are. This is your natural state. This is how life is supposed to feel. This is what you are moving toward with every choice you make, to be more authentic, more loving, more trusting, more grateful. The right people and luxuries are not just coming to you, they are being drawn to the magnificent being you are becoming.